if you're watching this video, you weren't sure how to deal with these big division signs that we have here. I couldn't remember when, I know I saw these, but I forgot what to do. There's not one way to do it. There's many ways to do it. However, if you remember that this is a grouping, more than one thing in the numerator, more than one thing in the denominator is a grouping. We deal with our parentheses last. I can get rid of this great division here, divided by -2. Get rid of that great divide by multiplying times -2. -2 divided by -2 is 1. So I have x plus 5 left over. But remember, if you multiply by a negative, you've got to flip that symbol around. So it becomes -6 right there. And x plus 5 is less than -6. And then I can deal with the adding by doing subtracting 5 from both sides, minus 5 from both sides. I end up that x is less than -11, which I believe is what we have right there. Yes. And there's our graph for it as well. Same idea for the next one here. If I'm going to solve this, I'm going to do times 3 times 3. Now I'm multiplying by a positive number, which means that I leave that symbol alone. Okay. Now, kind of like in the first example, I want to subtract 1. When I deal with that adding or subtracting first, I'm not going to add 1, I'll subtract 1, because 1 minus 1 is 0, which means those 1s would no longer be there to worry about. I do, however, have a -2 to deal with. So -2n is greater than or equal to 20. Now, I still don't have n by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by -2. However, if I divide by a negative, I should have a little red flag in my head saying I'm dividing by a negative. If you divide by a negative, you got to flip that symbol over. And so we should have that n is less than or equal to, try that, move that around a little bit. Y is less than or equal to -10. Because I divided by that negative.